Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mayor Councillor Julia Cornwell-McKean. On behalf of Berrigan Shire Council, I'd like to warmly welcome you all to our Australia Day celebrations for 2026. I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we live and thrive. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. The people of these great nations, their spirits and ancestors will always remain with our waterways and lands. It's lovely to see such a large crowd here today. Thank you all for joining us to celebrate Australia Day 2026. And can I say thank goodness it's cool and we're all in the shade. I hope you have all enjoyed breakfast made by the Barooga Public School and a delicious coffee from Rebecca at Odessi Coffee. This morning, I'd also like you to welcome Councillor Katie Natakoa, who will be coming up as our host this morning to Barooga to assist today. Australia Day. Australia Day is about coming together as a community to reflect on our different stories and experiences, to celebrate the contributions of those around us, and to look ahead with respect and optimism. Today is particularly special as we welcome 13 new Australian citizens to our Shire. Becoming an Australian citizen is a significant milestone, and we thank you for choosing to make this community your home. We take this opportunity to recognise the outstanding individuals and groups who make our Shire stronger, kinder and more connected through our Berrigan Shire Australia Day Awards. The nominees for these awards remind us that community spirit is built through everyday acts of generosity, leadership and care. This year, we're delighted to hear from our guest speaker, Warren Davies, the unbreakable farmer, who will share his story and reflections with us. I'd also like to thank everyone who has contributed to today's event, particularly the team at the Shire who are working here on a public holiday. So thank you, and I understand they were all up before the crack of dawn. And for being here and sharing this with us. This is a special day for us at the Shire, and it's a special day for us to put on for our community. As your names are read out, our citizens, for your citizenship or your award, we invite you to come up to the stage. Then at the conclusion, if you could please exit to the right once you are down the steps. And we've got Rhonda here who's going to take some lovely photos. She was wandering around. There you go. Hi, Rhonda. To take photos of today's event. I hope you enjoyed today's celebration and I wish you all a happy and safe Australia Day 2026. Could our citizens, thank you. Could our new citizens start making their way up to the stage, please? It's my pleasure to be able to preside at this ceremony today, which will confer citizenship and introduce our new citizens as a member of the community of Australia. I'll get you all to come on stage. It's going to be a bit crowded with 13. We didn't break the record this year. Last year we had 15. I think, how many did we have in December, Lynn? We had another 6 in December. We had to split it because we didn't have room in the chamber or on the stage. So, might need to shuffle along. We've had to ditch our breakfast, sorry. Welcome. So as I say, it is my pleasure to be able to preside at this ceremony today, which will confer your citizenship and introduce you as a member of the Commonwealth of Australia's community. A community where we share a common bond of living democratically, united in our right to life, liberty, freedom and opportunity. In joining the community, you'll be invited to share the rich heritage of our past and participate in our hopes and aspirations for the future. Your presence will enrich our heritage. I would also like to mention that you're encouraged to retain your own cultural identity, customs and traditions, because these will become part of the development for our heritage in the future. I'd like to invite our new citizens to come forward as I introduce them so that we can find out a little bit about each of them and brought them to Berrigan Shire. John Edward Anderson. John, where are you? Here we go. John was eating breakfast.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
No, we'll do that in a minute. John, you're originally from Glasgow in Scotland and you live in Baruga. Welcome.
Thank you.
John enjoys the community spirit and felt at home here the minute his red-headed son was born. Living and working next to the mighty Murray, having no traffic lights to deal with, adopting the Doggies as a footy team. John likes nothing better than cracking a bogues and enjoying pavlova since he came to Australia. Can I tell you, when we do these, pavlova is the most mentioned dessert. John says becoming an Australian citizen is a massive honour and it feels like he is now properly adopted by this great nation. Congratulations, John.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Joey, Jessica, and your daughter Princess Gillian Arcasitas. Come forward. Welcome. The Arcasitas family originated from the Philippines. Joey's job brought them out to Australia and lucky them and us to Berrigan Shire. They've taken to life here, enjoying the peaceful surroundings and the welcoming community. We presided over another Arcasitas family member citizenship in December. So now we've got the whole family as official Australian citizens.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Adam Gapcombe. Welcome, Adam. Adam, some of you will possibly know, especially if you've got kids, as he owns a very successful skills-owned sports business that operates locally and is now branching out into Wang. Their school holiday program, sports coaching and mentoring of young people is becoming quite the local institution. Adam started life in the UK, growing up in a village called Liphook, is that correct?
That's correct.
In Hampshire. Adam was recruited by Naz Santoro and Michael Statari and their families to come out here to play soccer for Cobram Victory 16 years ago. We do like a sports person, don't we? Encouraged and supported by his parents, Clive and Julie and Claire and Kevin, to leave the UK and make a life in Australia, Adam soon found himself in Cobram. He said he will be forever grateful for that support as he loves his life here with his incredible wife Candice and three beautiful daughters, Ariana, Amina and Audrina, and has felt at home here since the minute he arrived. Adam feels blessed that he can bring his family up in such an amazing community, and while he loves a good old Aussie Barbie, his wife's family is Italian, so they get pretty spoiled by the nonnas. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next we have Nathan Daniel Lunn. Nathan,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Nathan is another export from the UK.
Yep.
We seem to have a theme going this morning. Nathan met his partner while she was on a gap year in England in 2017. You know, you'll come here because it's a much better place, right? Yeah. They both came back to Cobram to live with their family before building their first home in Baruga in 2022. Nathan loves the community support and the serenity that comes with living in Baruga and says it's similar to being back in England, just in a much smaller town. The first thing Nathan recommends to anyone coming to Australia is to get a classic chicken parma. Parma or palmy? You said parma. A parma. Okay. He lived on them for the first 2 years of coming here, apparently. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, we've got Pawn Tip, Tippy McLeod. Congratulations, welcome. Tippy is originally from Thailand and worked as a flight attendant for 10 years, living in places like India, Qatar and Saudi Arabia before a layover in Melbourne, where a friend introduced Tippy to the person who is to become her husband, Cameron McLeod. A love story. It was love at first sight for both of them, with Tippy flying to Melbourne every month to see him. Cameron proposed and asked Tippy to share her life with him in Australia, where they now have 2 children and their best times are spent together as a family. Tippy loves living in Baruga, where it's a small and peaceful town with a very welcome and supportive community, especially their neighbours, who are a big part of their lives and make them feel safe and secure. Tippy's favourite food is a barbecue lamb. Well, it's a day for it, isn't it? As it's the best in the world. She's also very happy that there's an Asian grocery store in Cobram where she can get what she needs for her Thai food, and she's sure that will resonate with a few of us. Tippy, I see you often walking the dogs, and she loves to check out everyone's gardens, as one of her favourite hobbies is gardening. In Tippy's own words, becoming an Australian citizen means belonging. It means feeling accepted, safe, and proud to call Australia home. It represents a new chapter in my life where I can give back to the community that has welcomed me with kindness and warmth. Australia has given me a family, a home and a future, and become a citizen is my way of honouring that and committing to this country that I now call home. Congratulations. Next we've got Brett and Marcel Orwen and their daughter Alison. Welcome. The Orwen family are originally from South Africa and came to Australia 5 years ago. They've had great fun visiting some of our big things, like the big strawberry, just down the road, fiberglass, I believe, through to the big potato. The silo art trails. Have you seen the new silo in Berrigan, by the way, just to shout out to the good people of Berrigan? Horse shows and rodeos, as well as taking ski trips in the snowy mountains. They visited beautiful cities and gorgeous beaches, tried different food and bakeries in tiny towns, and every one of these little treasures has made their Aussie experience a great adventure. In their own words, we truly love where we are and appreciate everything this beautiful country and its people has offered us. We've had the privilege of meeting so many great people and made amazing friends. We are incredibly grateful for all the support we received along the way. As we officially become Australian citizens, we're excited to contribute positively to our community and continue exploring all that Australia has to offer. We can't wait to celebrate being Australian. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Next, we've got Sashdeep Singh and his wife Priya Drashni Gundar. Sash and Priya. Welcome.
Thanks.
Sash and Priya came to us from the islands of Fiji. Their journey to Australia and eventually to Baruga has been filled with challenges, change and resilience. Sash and Priya are both chefs and originally migrated to Kangaroo Island at the start of their journey until the lodge where they were employed was destroyed during the horrendous bushfires in 2019. Their next move was to Yilara, the resort near Uluru in the Northern Territory, but not for long as COVID hit, bringing uncertainty and disruption. So they moved to Sydney to stay with family before securing jobs and making the move to Baruga in October 2020. Baruga is a place where Sash and Priya decided to settle down and start their family because it feels just right, not too fast and not too slow. They found a strong community that makes them feel truly accepted and cared for with incredible neighbours. I'm one of them. Just saying. And workplaces have become family to them. Does anything get more Aussie than a vanilla slice? Well, Sash and Priya recently took out first place at the 2025 Great Australian Vanilla Slice Triumph. How fabulous is that? And if my husband Daryl is here, he can attest to how great it is. Well done to you both. In their words, becoming an Australian citizen means belonging. It means gratitude, security and pride. Australia, and Baruga in particular, has given us a place to call home, to raise our family and to build our future. We are honoured and thankful to now officially call ourselves Australians. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll now read a message from the Minister for Immigration, Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs, the Honorary Tony Burke, MP. There's one more. We're missing one. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. We lost one. Melinda, where are you? Oh. I nearly started without you. Sorry about that. Melinda Vicondi Williamson. Melinda has also come to us from the Philippines and was married to the late Richard Williamson. Melinda says living here gives her peace of mind because it is safe, quiet and the people are beautiful. She feels proud and blessed to become an Australian citizen. Congratulations. Thank you. Now I'll do what I'm told and get the papers in order. All right, we'll get back to Tony Burke. His message from the Minister for Immigration, Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs. In a few moments' time, Australia becomes an even better nation. When you make the citizenship pledge, you take on the privileges and responsibilities of Australian citizenship. From that moment, your journey and heritage will become part of our shared Australian story. We are privileged to share this beautiful country with First Nations Australians, the custodians of the world's oldest continuing culture. Appreciating and understanding this truth is a vital part of what it means to be Australian. Australia welcomes you as a full member of one of the most diverse nations on earth, where our citizenship is a bond which unites us all. Australia welcomes you and everything you bring to Australia. Today, your new nation says to you, welcome home. Okay, so you've all got your pledges. Australian citizenship represents full and formal membership of the community of the Commonwealth of Australia. And Australian citizenship is a common bond involving reciprocal rights and obligations, uniting all Australians while respecting their diversity. Persons on whom Australian citizenship is conferred enjoy those rights and undertake to accept these obligations by pledging loyalty to Australia and its people, by sharing their democratic beliefs, by respecting their rights and liberties, and by upholding and obeying the laws of Australia. To become an Australian, it's necessary to take the pledge of commitment as a citizen of the Commonwealth of Australia. In taking this pledge, you also undertake to abide by the Australian Constitution and the laws that are made under it. So please repeat after me. From this time forward, under God, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I will uphold and obey. I would now like to invite everyone here today, along with our new citizens, to stand. We already are. Stand if you're able, to sing our national anthem. And I'd like to invite the 2026 Barooga Public School captains Harley Rankin and Harper Parisian to raise the Australian flag at this time. Can I say a round of applause, because that's the best I've heard in the 3 years that I have been hosting the Australia Day. So, you are now citizens of Australia, and I take this opportunity to congratulate you, welcome you, and extend on behalf of all best wishes for a happy and successful future as a citizen of Australia. On behalf of the Berrigan Shire, I'd like to present you each with a your citizenship, that's a mouthful, certificates, and a gift to memorize the special occasion. we're going to bring them along because there's a few here. Your decision to accept Australian citizenship today is public recognition of your commitment to Australia, and on behalf of all Australians, I congratulate you and wish you and your families well in your future endeavours. Let's congratulate our newest Australian citizens. Once we've handed out the certificates, I'll get you to make your way down the stairs and to the right where Rhonda will be waiting for some photographs. I can hand those. Here you go, Brett. It's a little bit. Watch your way on there down.
Thank you very much. We'll just stand over here. We just go.
Yeah, just pop that way. Yeah, don't watch the stairs. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Very kind. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, Melinda, sorry. Thank you.
What town do you live in? Sorry, what town do you live in? You're in Baroga today?
Yes.
I tried to keep it real.
Sabot Small.
Oh!
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
It's a bit heavy, so watch your way down the stairs. Lucky last.
Take a look.
Hi, John.
See you again.
There's no bugs in it.
Sorry.
Thanks a lot.
Let's give another round of applause to our new citizens. For the next part of this morning's proceedings, I'd like to welcome and introduce Councillor Katie Ngartakoa.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Katie Ngartakoa, but others may know me as Katie Shumack from Finley. I'm a very proud councillor here at Berrigan Shire and honoured to be the Master of Ceremonies for today's Australia Day event. This is where we... hang on a second. Oh, no. Just making sure I didn't forget Warren. This is where we take time to acknowledge those people in our community that go above and beyond and whose quiet efforts and big hearts make a real difference. The kind of difference shown by today's guest speaker. Please welcome Warren Davies, also known as the Unbreakable Farmer, to the stage. Warren may have been born in the city, like some of us, but his heart has always been in the country. He is almost a local to Berrigan Shire, living in Kyabram. However, his life these days takes him to all parts of our country. Buying his first farm by the age of 22, the next 16 years tested and impacted everything in Warren's life, to the point where he had to walk away to save himself. Warren's journey is one of hope, inspiration, and the words he uses to describe himself: resilient, persistent, and determined. He is passionate about building stronger communities, and today would like to talk to us about the power of community and building capacity around as a unified community through communication, connection, and support, a very relevant subject for the times that we live in. Warren.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Mayor Julia, councillors, elected representatives, community leaders, Australia Day Award nominees and recipients, distinguished guests, families, friends, community members, thanks for being here. I also want to acknowledge the people that quietly work behind the scenes to make today possible. Council staff, volunteers, community groups, service organisations, people who show up not for recognition, but because they care. Today we gather to recognise the service and contribution and community spirit. Before I go any further, I want to acknowledge something really important. Australia Day means different things to different people. For some, today is a day of celebration and pride. For others, it's a day of reflection, grief, and mixed emotions. Both of those experiences can exist in the same place and time. holding that truth is what really matters. I respectfully acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land in which we gather today, and I pay my respects to the elders, past, present and emerging. I acknowledge the long and continued connection Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island people have to this land, its waterways, its stories and spirit. I acknowledge with honesty and care that for many First Nations people today is not a day of celebration. That truth needs to be respected, not dismissed. We cannot change our history, but we can learn from it. And we also can choose how we walked forward together. Australia Day in its modern form asks something different from us all. Not so much louder pride or bigger division, but deeper understanding. It asks us to pause and reflect on who we are becoming and not just who we were. Because in a world that's desperately in need of respect, unity, understanding, we often seem to create more division instead. More boundaries, more borders, more labels, more us versus them. And yet, when you strip everything back, the politics, the opinions, the social media noise, what remains simple, or very simple, is that people want to belong. They want to feel safe and they want to feel seen. This is true in the cities, it's true in farming communities, and it's certainly true here in the Berrigan Shire. There's a line that I often come back to. It keeps me grounded and it gives me perspective. We are all visitors to this time and place. We are all just passing through. Our purpose here is not to dominate or divide, but to observe, to learn, to grow, to love, and then one day return home. That perspective changes how we lead. It changes how we show up in our community. And because we are only passing through, then what matters most is what we leave behind. Not buildings, not titles, but the way people felt when they crossed our path. Before I go any further, I want to share a little bit about who I am. Not because my story is anything special, but because it shapes who I am and why I stand here today. These conversations matter deeply to me. I'm a farmer by background and a dairy farmer or former dairy farmer from Tongala. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a son, a brother, a mate. I'm just an everyday bloke down the road. Like many people in regional Australia, my identity is shaped by the land, by the seasons that we can't control, and by a deep sense of responsibility to family, to community, and the people who rely on us. I'm also someone who's lived through drought, flood, financial pressure, isolation, and mental health challenges. Not as theory, but as lived experience. There was a time in my life when everything appeared to be fine from the outside. The farm was running, the family was growing and thriving. The responsibilities were being met. But on the inside, things were quietly unravelling. Like many people, especially in rural and regional communities, I was capable, hardworking, and resilient. But I was also struggling. What that period taught me is something I carry into every conversation and in every community that I work in. Strong people still need support. Independent people still need connection. And silence, especially in tough seasons, can be the biggest risk factor we face. Today, my work as the Unbreakable Farmer takes me to communities right across Australia. Farming communities, regional and remote communities, schools, workplaces, disaster impacted communities. I work with people before crisis, during crisis, and long after the headlines have moved on. Sorry, I just swallowed a fly. Nice tasty Berrigan fly, thank you very much. Now I've got to... I should have closed my mouth. Ah, dear. That was not good. Thank you. Oh. Sorry about that. Oh, now I've got to find my spot where I was. That was tasty. I work with people before crisis, during crisis, and long after the headlines have moved on. Not to fix people and not to dismiss how they're feeling. Oh, jeez. It's a persistent fly. Sorry. I've lost my spot. I'm very sorry. The heart of my work is something that I call capacity before crisis. Because resilience doesn't just suddenly appear when life gets hard. It's something that's built on small moments like this, when community comes together, especially in rural and regional communities. One thing I admire most about rural and regional communities is leadership is rarely loud. It's rarely polished. It's almost never about ego. It's practical, it's relational, and it happens in work boots, in high vis, and in people rolling up their sleeves. At footy clubs, at community organisations, in work sheds. Authentic leadership is about not having all the answers, but having the courage to say, I don't know, but I'm willing to listen. I don't understand, but I'm open to learning. I may not agree, but I still respect you. When we honour the people in the awards today, what we're really honouring is that kind of leadership. Leadership that shows up, leadership that stays, and leadership that puts people before position. I spend most of my time working in communities under pressure: drought, flood, fire, mental health challenges, uncertainty. But one truth that is clear wherever I go: strong communities are not built in emergency, they're built in the moments like today. Capacity built before crisis, neighbours checking in. Conversations happening early, not before things are breaking. Community capacity is not about toughness, it's about connection. Communities like Barooga, Tocumwal, Finley, Berrigan and the surrounding districts understand this deeply. There's a line that I want to share with you today. Kindness has a beautiful way of reaching down into a weary heart and making it shine like a rising sun. Kindness is not weakness, it's strength with humility. Kindness is listening without fixing. It's showing up without needing recognition. Choosing curiosity over judgment. And in times where opinion are sharp and conversations feel brittle, kindness becomes an act of leadership. It slows us down. It softens the edges and creates space for understanding. Learning about many cultures, particularly our Indigenous cultures, is one of the most important steps that we can take as a nation. Not as a political exercise, not as a tick-a-box exercise, but an act of respect. When we learn about the world's oldest continuing cultures, we don't lose anything. We gain perspective, we gain depth, and we gain connection to place. Valuing and celebrating Indigenous culture helps us relate to one another more honestly. It reminds us of the rich cultural legacy of the land which we call home. Learning does not divide us, it grounds us. Modern Australia is not one story, it's many. First Nation cultures stretching back tens of thousands of years, migration stories filled with courage and hope, families who have arrived recently and families who are here, who have been here for generations, families who have toiled the land. Our strength has always been in our diversity, in different languages, different foods, different traditions, yet the same desire to build a life, to contribute and to belong. Australia Day gives us a chance to hold all of that without pretending it's simple. Today we're honouring individuals and groups who embody service, generosity and community spirits. To the nominees, thank you. To the recipients, congratulations. Recognition matters, but contribution matters more. Some of the most impactful people in our community will never stand on this stage, but they'll keep showing up, they'll keep caring, and they'll keep holding others up. Australia is better because of them. Australia Day is not just one date on the calendar, it's a choice we make every day. The choice to listen, the choice to include, the choice to lead with kindness, the choice to learn from our past rather than running from it. We cannot rewrite history, but we can write the next chapter together. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be honest. It needs to be human. Today, let us hold space and celebration for celebration and reflection. Let us honour those who have come before us and for those who are still finding their place. Let us commit to leadership that's authentic, communities that are connected, and kindness that runs deeper than opinion. Because in the end, we're all just passing through. And what matters most is not what's said, but how we make people feel. Thank you for the privilege of standing here with you today, and thank you for being part of this community. Cheers.
Thank you, Warren. Thank you for sharing and inspiring us with all that you do. Warren's recently been organising the fodder drops for the animals that survived the recent fires around Longwood in Victoria, as well as offering a shoulder and an ear to those in need. I think you'll agree he's a pretty special person. Now on to, I guess, the reason we're here, part of the reason we're here, for the Berrigan Shire Australia Day Awards. To recognise the outstanding contribution, dedication and determination of the people within the Berrigan Shire. The Council called for nominations in early November, with nominations closing on the 5th of December. All nominations were collated and forwarded to our independent judging panel, made up of 4 judges representing each of our 4 towns. The nominations were assessed and voted on by the committee, who then advised council of who the 2026 winners were. This year, our categories for presentation are sports person or sports team of the year, community event or organisation of the year, young citizen of the year, and then citizen of the year. Before we commence, I ask that our nominees and winners, once awarded, make your way to the side of the stage at the conclusion of each category for photo opportunities. So now let's hear what the people who nominated our amazing community members had to say about them. Now we've had to abbreviate this a little bit just so that we could fit it in this morning before it gets too hot. There were so many wonderful comments and attributes that every one of our nominees received. We would still be here tonight if we were going through them all. Thank you to the Australia Day Committee. It must have been a tough job working out who you think were the most deserving person or groups out of so many deserving applications. The first category we are going to recognise today is for the sports person or sports team of the year. And as I read out the nominees, if you could come up to the front. So the first one is the Berrigan Football Club Fourths team. The Berrigan Fourths are a truly deserving nominee and have made the entire Berrigan community incredibly proud. Early in 2025, the club was facing the possibility of not fielding an under-14s team due to low numbers. Thanks to the determination of a local farmer and a parent, Rob Ryan, a group of young players, many brand new to football, were encouraged to give it a go. What followed was something special. The focus wasn't just on winning games, but on belonging, mateship, and community. The culture became the heart of the team. Against all odds, the Berrigan Fourths made it to the Pecola District Grand Final, taking on an undefeated and far more experienced Pecola side. In a remarkable display of resilience and teamwork, they won the 2025 Premiership. Well done, guys. Along the way, the team celebrated some outstanding individual achievements, including Jordan Swan kicking over 100 goals and being named Joint Smith Medal winner for the Best Under-14s player, William Batten being selected to represent the Wanderers Australia on an international tour of Fiji. The entire season was built on volunteer effort, from coaches and families who rallied together, carpooling, volunteering in the canteen, helping with strapping, washing jumpers and stepping in wherever assistance was required, to the players themselves who regularly helped it out as boundary umpires and water runners for the senior teams, through to the long travel distances, shared transport, illness and plenty of hard work. This group of 20 young players showed what can be achieved when a community pulls together. They are fine young representatives of the town of Berrigan and true champions. Well done, guys. Our next nominee is an exceptional young equestrian athlete, Charlotte Ware Dickens. Charlotte's achievements reflect not only her talent, but her dedication, discipline, and resilience. Equestrian sport demands long hours, early mornings, and a deep partnership with her horses, and Charlotte embraces every challenge with quiet determination. Over the past year, Charlotte has achieved outstanding success at the local, state, and national levels, including Australian Sports Pony Equestrian Advance Australia Novice and Preliminary Champion, selected for state team representation by Equestrian Victoria, a finalist at the Victorian Dressage Festival, junior club champion at Cobram Barooga Equestrian Club, winner of the Triple E Series Dressage Championships 2025, winning multiple championship titles, including Australian Sports Pony and Triple E Series Championships, being named champion rider at several agricultural shows, including here at Berrigan. While still completing her senior years at school, Charlotte also works on her family farm and generously shares her skills by helping teach her younger sister to ride. Her success is measured not just in results, but in the example she sets, showing what can be achieved through passion, humility, and hard work. Next up, we have another outstanding local young sports person, Harlan Robbins. Harlan is a swimmer, a dancer, an athlete whose dedication and work ethic simply set him apart. His training schedule is intense, swimming up to 5 times a week, often before school, alongside 12 hours of dance training, all while balancing school and part-time work. Over the past year, Harlan has achieved impressive results across multiple sports, including age group championships in swimming at school and regional level, competing at the Victorian State Swimming Championships, qualifying for major state and country swimming events, strong performances in athletics, including first place finishes in sprinting and triple jump. Beyond competition, Harlan gives back generously. He volunteers at sporting events, supports youth mental health fundraising, mentors younger swimmers, and helps teach dance students whenever possible. Harlan has also overcome significant challenges, including health issues, long travel distances for training, limited local facilities, and barriers that come with living in rural community. His perseverance and a positive attitude make his achievements even more inspiring. Harlan is a role model both on and off the field and a wonderful example of commitment, resilience, and character. And finally, in this category, we recognise Rob Ryan. Rob's impact on junior sport in Berrigan cannot be overstated. In 2025, when the under-14s Berrigan football team was at risk of folding, Rob stepped up, recruiting players, coaching, mentoring, and creating a team environment built on inclusion, encouragement, and community spirit. Many of the boys he coached had never played football before. Under Rob's leadership, they didn't just learn the game, they gained confidence, friendships, and a sense of belonging. Against all expectations, Rob led the team to the Pocola and District Grand Final, where they went on to win the 2025 Premiership, a result that inspired not only the players, but the entire community. Every part of Rob's contribution has been voluntary. He has given his time, energy, and heart to supporting young people, while also being a dedicated father to his two sons. There we go. Through travel challenges, illness, and the usual hurdles of junior sport, Rob's leadership and commitment never wavered. He is a role model, mentor, and community leader, and a thoroughly deserving nominee. So congratulations to all of our nominees. What an extraordinary bunch of sports stars we have in our midst. This year, the 2026 Sportsperson or Sports Team of the Year, chosen by the Australia Day Committee, is the Berrigan Football Club Fourths. Congratulations to you all, and I hope this inspires you to keep going, keep learning, and keep supporting each other along the way. It sounds like your coach will make this happen. Does somebody want to have anything to say?
Thanks to the Berrigan Shire for putting on the awards ceremony, and thank you to the community and the Shire for recognising these boys. Fantastic effort, and obviously without the community sport that's available to these kids, so Berrigan Football Club and the Shire and all the parents and everyone else involved in the club, the committee members, the volunteers, without all those people behind the scenes, these kids don't have somewhere to play sport. So, thank you to all those people, and thanks to the kids. Great bunch of kids to coach, and you put in a great effort this year, and you're recognised for it, so keep it up. Thank you.
Now, if you want to just head down and head to the right and get some photos. So our next award category recognises those organisations and events that bring people together, strengthen connections, and quietly do the work that keeps our communities thriving. Our nominees for Community Organisation or Community Event of the Year are the Barooga Public School Parents and Citizens Association. The Barooga Public P&C is a standout example of what a small group of committed volunteers can achieve. Made up of a core group of around 12 parents and community members, the P&C consistently delivers projects that support students, families, and the wider Barooga community. Over the past year, they have catered major community events, like today, supported school carnivals and camps, run fundraising events, and contributed to celebrations across the Shire, all entirely through volunteer effort. Their work ensures that school activities remain affordable and accessible for all students, regardless of family circumstances. They also play a key role in welcoming new families and creating a strong sense of connection within the school community. Two major projects highlight their impact. A new adventure playground, one of the most significant school upgrades in decades, due for construction in early 2026. A community garden along Bullinginya Creek, providing a shared space for learning, connection and wellbeing. Despite the challenges of limited volunteer numbers, the PNC continues to deliver outcomes that benefit students, families, and the broader community. Their dedication, resilience, and community spirit make them a very deserving nominee. The next nominee is the Berrigan Amateur Dramatic Society. For more than a century, the Berrigan Amateur Dramatic Society, or BADS, has been a cornerstone of cultural life in the Shire. Founded in 1923, BADS continues to bring people together through theatre, music and performance, uniting generations and towns across the district. Over the past year, BADS delivered one of the most successful seasons ever, with a completely sold-out run of performances, a rare achievement for a regional theatre group. Participants ranged in age from 14 to 80, with audiences, performers and volunteers coming from every town in our Shire. In addition to their annual production, BADS hosted a highly praised music spectacular held alongside Welcome Back to Berrigan, showcasing exceptional local talent and strengthening community connection. Entirely volunteer run, BADS also supports other community groups by sharing equipment, resources and expertise, and regularly contributes to major local events. Despite challenges such as rising costs, volunteer demands, and impacts of COVID, BADS has remained resilient, inclusive, and passionate. It is more than a theatre group, it's a living piece of Berrigan's heritage and a treasured part of our community. Next, we have Bullinginya Dreaming. Bullinginya Dreaming is a truly unique and powerful community experience set along the banks of the Bullinginya Lagoon in Barooga. This immersive nighttime walking experience, which I was able to go to last year, it was quite wonderful, combines Indigenous storytelling from the Bangarang people with light, sound, art and nature, creating a journey that celebrates culture, country and connection. Since opening in 2024, Bullinginya Dreaming has received national and international recognition, including major global awards for storytelling and immersive experience. It has also been featured on the Tourism Australia Hot List, placing Barooga firmly on the national and even international tourism map. Beyond its artistic and cultural significance, the project has delivered real benefits to the region, attracting thousands of visitors, boosting the local economy and creating new educational opportunities for schools through cultural bush tours. The project has been developed through deep consultation with the Bangarang community, ensuring cultural authenticity, respect and ongoing community benefit. Bullinginya Dreaming is a powerful example of collaboration, reconciliation, creativity and community pride, and an outstanding nominee. Now we have the New South Wales SES Tocumwal unit, who has probably been run off their feet the last couple of weeks, or months maybe. So the Tocumwal State Emergency Service Unit is recognised for its unwavering commitment to community safety and volunteer service. Made up entirely of volunteers, the unit responds to storms, floods, rescues and emergencies across Tocumwal and the wider Berrigan Shire, often in dangerous and demanding conditions. Over the past years, members have undertaken vital training, improved water rescue capabilities, supported animal rescues, and been recognised for long service and exceptional response efforts. Beyond emergencies, the Tocumwal SES plays a crucial role in community preparedness, education and planning, helping reduce risks before disasters strike. Despite challenges such as increasing extreme weather events, like this next week, large rural distances, limited volunteer availability, and the emotional toll of emergency response, the unit continues to serve with professionalism, courage and compassion. Their contribution is invaluable and deeply appreciated by the communities that they protect. And finally, we have the Rotary Op Shop in Tocumwal. The Rotary Op Shop in Tocumwal is a community-focused business run entirely by dedicated volunteers. The shop provides a place for people to donate furniture, household items and goods for resale, with every dollar raised going straight back into the community. Over the past year, funds raised through the Op Shop have supported a wide range of local groups and causes, including schools, community organisations, health services, heritage projects, youth programs, wildlife care, cancer accommodation, and domestic and family violence awareness initiatives. Volunteers give 1 to 3 days a week in the shop and many more hours behind the scenes, collecting donations, cleaning and repairing goods, testing electrical items, recycling materials, and even assisting with deceased estates. The work is physically demanding and carried out in all weather conditions, yet the shop is widely praised for being welcoming, well organised, and community-minded. Though through quiet, consistent effort, the Rotary Op Shop makes an extraordinary difference and is yet another worthy nominee. So you can see what I mean by a tough choice for the Australia Day Committee. All of our nominees have been worthy of this award, and they all bring something unique to our Shire. If you're looking for an organisation to support or volunteer with, please reach out to any of these people after we finish, or contact the Shire to be put in touch with them or with any other community groups you might be interested in joining. Giving back to our community gives us so much more than we realise until we do it. Now let's get on with announcing the winner of the 2026 Community Event or Organisation of the Year, chosen by the Australia Day Committee. This year's winner has demonstrated outstanding commitment, collaboration and community spirit, creating meaningful impact not only locally but well beyond our Shire. Congratulations to the Berrigan Amateur Dramatic Society. And if someone wants to come up and say something.
I'm not a public speaker, I don't know. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ryder Nolan. I'm the president of BADS. Thank you very much. This is pretty humbling, and also thanks to Berrigan Shire Council, and congratulations to all the nominees. It's an honour to be recognised along with so many dedicated people. I especially want to thank our BADS members, volunteers and contributors. Your time, your talent and commitment are what make everything we do possible. For over 100 years, BADS has been providing drama and live theatre in the Berrigan Shire. I also want to acknowledge our wider community and I highlighted how important art's in bringing people together, telling our stories and keeping the community spirit alive. And the recognition really belongs to everyone who supports and gets involved in our community. So once again, thank you.
Our next two categories were a little easier for the judges, as we had just one nominee for each. Fortunately, both nominees are truly deserving and inspiring. From a young man beginning his journey in public service to a wonderful lady who has spent a lifetime giving back and supporting her community. We start with our Young Citizen of the Year, which is 24 years of age or under. This category recognises a young person who demonstrates leadership, service and a genuine commitment to community. This year's winner is Angus Morn. Angus is an exceptional young leader whose actions and character truly reflect the spirit of Australia Day. Throughout his time at Cobram Secondary College, Angus has consistently shown maturity well beyond his years. As house captain, he led with empathy, integrity, and inclusiveness, earning the respect of both students and staff. Angus's commitment to regional communities is further reflected in his role as Rural Youth Ambassador, where he has advocated strongly for young people in rural and regional areas. This included the opportunity to speak in Parliament, calling for improved staffing in regional schools and supporting programs such as Teach for Australia. Over the past year, Angus has also delivered speeches at Anzac Day services, representing his school and community with respect and confidence, achieved his life-saving certificate demonstrating a willingness to take responsibility for the safety of others, and secured early entry into La Trobe University to study a Bachelor of Business Analytics. Beyond his public achievements, Angus is known for his quiet compassion. He regularly supports his grandmother with household and gardening tasks, showing reliability, kindness, and strong personal values. Angus's journey has not been without challenges. He began his schooling in a wheelchair due to Perthes disease. Facing significant physical limitations at a young age, through resilience, positivity, and determination, he has overcome these obstacles and grown into a confident, community-minded young adult. Taken together, Angus's leadership, advocacy, voluntary service, and personal strength makes him a highly deserving nominee and winner of the Young Citizen of the Year. Congratulations, Angus, on being appointed Berrigan Shire's Young Citizen of the Year. What an extraordinary life you've already lived and an inspiration to us all. We wish you all the best at La Trobe and look forward to seeing what you do next.
It's an honour to get this award from Berrigan Shire. I'd like to make a special thanks to my parents who've, taught me everything and led me to the person I'm able to be today. And I hope to be able to serve this community in the future. Thank you.
We might see Angus on council one day. Now on to our final category, who recognises a person whose long-standing service and quiet dedication have made a lasting difference to the community. This year's winner is Valerie Lockman. Val, as everybody knows her, is deeply respected and a much-loved member of the Barooga and Cobram community, known for a lifetime of selfless service and generosity. Val is still actively involved in the Val's Sewing Group, the Cobram Quilters Group, and it was an integral part of the Barooga Advancement Group, where she has played a leading role in delivering projects that support community needs, particularly during times of hardship, such as the 2022 floods. Through her work with the Val's Sewing Group, Val leads and coordinates community projects, organises the creation of the bollard decorations for Anzac Day, Remembrance Day, Christmas, and other community events, which I think looks pretty dang cute. Oversees the annual donation of handmade quilts to hospitals and disadvantaged community members, responds to emerging needs by guiding the production of handmade goods. All of Val's work is voluntary and strongly focused on strongly focused on helping others. She's been volunteering longer than probably most of us have been alive, alongside her late husband George, and together they made a significant contribution to improving Barooga's business, tourism and community life. Val is also a mentor and teacher, welcoming anyone interested in learning textile skills and encouraging people, especially younger community members, to get involved in non-profit and volunteer organisations. Her resilience and compassion and lifelong dedication are truly inspiring, and she is a very deserving winner of the Berrigan Shire's Citizen of the Year. Congratulations, Val. Your commitment to your local communities is just incredible. There wouldn't be too many people that your work hasn't touched in some way, and we thank you a lot for that.
My words will be very brief, not just to this, but to thank the Berrigan Shire, but most of all the ladies that have assisted me doing what we do to help others. Thank you.
Congratulations once again to everyone who was nominated and who won awards today, at today's Australia Day events. Now, before I finish up, we do have a lost phone. So if anybody has lost a phone, it's up the front here. So thank you again to the committee for your decision making. Some of those groups were quite tough to judge. And now I'll hand the mic back to Mayor Julia Cornwell-McKean.
Thank you, Katie, for hosting us today, and thank you everyone for attending. I didn't think we'd see these numbers on such a supposed to be hot day, not hot yet, let's cross our fingers. What a wonderful day to reflect on the wonderful contributions that our volunteers make to this community, how we punch above our weight, and they contribute so much. Also, 13 new people joining us as citizens to this great country. I hope you all enjoy your Australia Day. Keep cool this week. And I am going to give a special shout out to the SES because I know they're going to be on high alert for the next few days. I'd also like to pay respects and mention our volunteer fire brigades, who we know will be working hard and have worked hard over the last few weeks in particular. Please keep safe, everybody. Keep cool and have a wonderful Australia Day.
Someone's pulled her 7 times. She's obviously looking for it.
Oh, there's Donovan and Louis on it. Yeah, that's Jenny's. And we're going for a barbecue at Thompson, so I'll just take a look.
I trust you. Take a photo of his face in case we need to catch him up.